Hi guys and welcome to Invictus Pro Gaming. It's me, Irakugi here. Today we're going to be talking about Mimikyu. Mimikyu is an insane Pokemon. It can do lots of damage, it's very versatile, and it has cooldown reduction when it gets kills, or in general they call it resets. But yeah, resets are amazing. So if you hit someone with a Shadow Sneak, go in, hit them with a Shadow Claw, you can do lots of damage. You have a lot of lifesteal and you get a lot of resets, which just makes this Pokemon like an assassin, literally. One moment he's there, the next minute he just appears out of nowhere, teleports next to you and hits you with that Shadow Claw, and you disappear in a matter of seconds. But overall, this Pokemon is pretty balanced. I thought they were going to make another Mewtwo and make another horrible meta for everybody, but overall, most people agree that this Pokemon's been pretty good. And hopefully Timmy makes more Pokemon like this, because lots of people enjoy playing Pokemon that are balanced, fun and rewarding. At first I thought the Shadow Sneak mechanic was a bit weird because you have to be close to a wall to get that extended range, but over time we got used to it and well, it's pretty easy to do, I would say. Then again, sometimes you can have some snapback problems and hit the most random things like a Boltoy or any form of farm really. I've had times where I've hit something with a Shadow Sneak and not even realized I've hit them with a Shadow Sneak. I'm happy though that they've nerfed Mewtwo and they've nerfed Water Bear. They've nerfed a lot of Pokemon in general that are causing problems in the meta, especially Mewtwo. However, they did forget to nerf Mewtwo X, which is kind of rough, because currently Mewtwo X is at the top, and he's back again like a menace, literally, but he's a bit more on the reasonable side to deal with, I would say. Mewtwo Y was just annoying to deal with. Even with the nerfs, Mewtwo Y has still got a pretty high win rate, but he's finally been knocked off from the top. But Mewtwo X taking his place is gonna be a bit rough. Gotta figure out a way to get Timmy to nerf Mewtwo X now. He's the next one to get nerfed, so that we can have more Pokemon shine and get to the top. They also didn't really do anything to Zacian, which was a bit like, well, a bit of a question mark moment, I would say, but that's okay, I guess. They'll definitely nerf Zacian sometime as well. He's currently at the second spot, but we'll see. As the season progresses, they'll definitely nerf him. Lapras was a menace as well. Everybody forgot about Lapras because Mewtwo Y was just going around killing everybody, doing insane damage. So everyone forgot about this insane tank with insane Unite charge, and overall, hopefully they look into hitting Lapras's Unite move pick as well. That was another thing that they didn't really touch, and Lapras has a very insane Unite CD, which is like, he gets his Unite so many times, which is just nuts. And also, they nerfed Leafeon. That one was a bit of a surprise. I think they went a bit too insane on the nerfs on Leafeon, but overall the Pokemon's still playable. Things they mainly hit was the Unite charge, the Unite damage, pretty basic stuff I would say. I think the favorite things about this patch for me was the buffs to Mew, because I really enjoy playing Mew, so I'm happy that they buffed Mew. They also gave Blaziken a buff too, which is pretty nice, because having Blaziken buffed means that I can enjoy a high skill, high reward character. Similar thing with Mew. However, with the Mew buffs, I don't think they should have buffed Mew, because Mew was already doing really well. Blaziken buffs were well needed though, because Blaziken was having a rough time. He's a good character, but he was just lacking, you know, that extra bit of damage or that extra buff. So they gave him a really nice overall buff that brought him back into the meta. However, we're yet to see more Blaziken players, so people are going to be grinding Blaziken, learning him, or just generally getting really insane with him. Maybe we'll even see him in a tournament, which will be pretty cool to see. The season's been pretty good. I would say they fixed matchmaking to an extent. I say to an extent because it was easy to get to Masters, but it's very difficult to get from Masters to the sticker. The sticker is the main goal that everyone's trying to reach. But outside of that, I think this season's probably gonna be okay. Hopefully, as the game progresses, they decide to add draft and ban. I was a bit disappointed that they didn't add draft and ban, because that's something as Unite players we've asked for a really long time, that we need draft and ban. It's in League of Legends, it's in many other mobile games. We need it in Unite. That's going to be revolutionary for Unite if they add draft and ban. Because who doesn't want draft and ban? Ban all these annoying broken Pokemon. Let's say they make another Mewtwo Y. I hope they don't, because realistically that was a horrible 4 months of Mewtwo Y just doing anything he wants. So let's say they make another Mewtwo Y, and we can ban Mewtwo Y. The enemy team can pick a ban, and then we pick our picks, and then they can't pick the same Pokemon as us. So that'll add a bit more interest. It'll also fix the problem of blind draft, is where your team picks, let's say, 5 attackers, and the enemy team picks an all-round comp with a support, a tank, and all-rounder and an attacker. Overall, just a comp that's gonna completely annihilate your 5 attacker team. So being able to see what people pick and what you pick just adds that extra bit of spice to the mode, you know, makes it even more competitive. It allows us to pick and draft smartly so we don't get counter-picked, and overall just allows us to play the game in a much higher competitive state. They really need to add these things into Unite to help with the game, because these things will allow more local tournaments, more prize pools, just generally will make the game more streamable, will add more content to the game. More people will want to play more Unite, you know. Having random draft gets frustrating sometimes in ranked, where your team refuses to pick a support or a tank, and when they do pick a support and a tank, they tend to go AFK after the first 5 minutes, or just start tilting, stealing your jungle, griefing you. But overall, if they can add some sort of system like that, it would just make the game so much more enjoyable. And also the Halloween mode, they really need to change up the Halloween mode, because Halloween mode is not the best. It's the same Halloween mode from last time, where you can turn people into pumpkins, you can push them away and they lose points. And overall, the Halloween mode is just really weird in general. Not many people enjoyed the Halloween mode. Though the rewards, they're okay. They're nothing too insane, but for most people, you've already got those Halloween rewards, or you just don't really want to play the Halloween mode, because turning someone into a punk is just horrible. They can't use any abilities, and all they can do is dash. And dashing and all is fine, but most people just want to have a mode that's unique and interesting, and the punking mechanic wasn't unique and wasn't interesting. Most people dislike that mode, and I know a lot of people did not want to play that mode at all. Most people will play 10 games and then leave that mode and go back to ranked, test the buffs out. But yeah, the Halloween event, I wouldn't recommend playing the Halloween event. Even for the rewards were like okay, they were nothing insane. So stay away from the Halloween mode. You're better off playing the standard modes and enjoying the game more. You won't enjoy the Halloween mode at all. Personally, I hope next time they do a Halloween mode, they make something new rather than reusing old modes, because most people would like to see something new, something fresh. Hopefully for a Christmas event they do something even better than last Christmas event, or maybe even bring back the boss raid mode. The boss raid mode was so cool. Fighting bosses, beating bosses, and just getting some pretty clean rewards, some nice stickers, some enhancers to enhance your items. Just overall, that mode was so much better than the Halloween mode. Also, I hope for custom games they add in new game modes that allow us to play the old boss rush modes, because a lot of people enjoyed the boss rush modes, and hopefully that could be something maybe permanently in custom games. This would give a lot of content creators different types of content and different type of videos, rather than ranked or talking about patch notes or talking about what Pokemon they want to see nerfed, or just generally just gives a bit more life to the game and adds more value to general things. I do hope as well they nerf Inteleon, because Inteleon still hasn't been nerfed, and Inteleon's liquidation move just does almost 90% of your HP bar. Sometimes the crits are insane, the damage is fast, and you can't avoid it. Once that liquidation hits you, it just locks onto you, and James Pond just starts pew pew pew, and then you disappear in a matter of seconds. So hopefully they nerf Inteleon. They need to hit that water gun and hit that liquidation, because nobody wants to play against James Pond shooting you from 20 miles across the map. So yeah, Timmy, please nerf Inteleon. I don't want to see this man running around the map going and then killing everybody in a couple of seconds. I'd like to see a nerf to Inteleon. And also, in regards to Mimikyu, the best build currently that I've found with Mimikyu is Muscle Band, Razor Claw and Focus Band. I found that to be the most successful build if you want to do extremely high damage, have good survivability, and just generally be a menace. His ult, I would say I'd like to see some changes to the ult, because I like that it's like Slowbro's ult where you hold someone in place and you do damage over time, but I'd like to see them possibly removing the shield part to it. This would fix a lot of issues when it comes to Mimikyu, and generally just give that ult a bit more effect. And also I've noticed that when you ult someone with Mimikyu, your teammates can't do damage to that person that you've ulted as Mimikyu. Kind of just hold them in place and your teammates have to wait until they're out of that sort of... He eats you kind of like Kirby in a sense, and once he kind of eats you, he's just kind of doing damage to you over time. So it's pretty cool ult, but it's pretty hard to interact with. Though I quite enjoy the ults. Shadow Sneak, I would like to see Shadow Sneak have a bit more range because you're very reliant on those walls. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and drop a comment. And also, are you enjoying Mimikyu?